Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and lively discussion about grapes. Those small, juicy fruits that have been a part of our diets for thousands of years. We're excited to explore their health benefits, potential drawbacks, and everything in between. To make this conversation engaging and multidimensional, we've set up a friendly debate between two teams, Team A and Team B. Team A will focus on the incredible health benefits of grapes, highlighting why we should include them in our daily diets. Team B, on the other hand, will take a more cautious approach, discussing potential risks and limitations to ensure we have a balanced perspective. Our goal is to share knowledge, spark curiosity, and help us all make informed choices about this popular fruit. Let's get started with our first round of debate, where we'll explore the nutritional powerhouse that grapes represent. Team A, let's kick things off. We believe grapes are a nutritional gem, packed with vitamins, minerals, and powerful compounds that can boost our health in so many ways. 1 cup of grapes, about 151 grams, gives us a solid dose of vitamin C, which supports our immune system, helps with wound healing, and keeps our skin glowing. We also get vitamin K, essential for blood clotting and bone health, and a good amount of potassium, which helps regulate our blood pressure and keeps our heart rhythm steady. But what really makes grapes stand out are their antioxidants, like resveratrol, quercetin, and anthocyanins. These compounds fight free radicals, those unstable molecules that can damage our cells and lead to chronic diseases. Studies show that grapes, especially red and purple varieties, have high levels of these antioxidants, which may reduce our risk of heart disease, cancer, and even diabetes. For example, research has found that eating 3 cups of red grapes daily for 8 weeks can lower bad cholesterol levels, which is great news for our hearts. We think this makes grapes a fantastic addition to our diets, whether we're snacking on them fresh or tossing them into a salad. Team B, we hear you, and grapes do have some impressive nutrients. But let's pump the brakes a bit and look at the other side. While grapes offer vitamins and antioxidants, we need to consider their sugar content. Grapes are naturally sweet, which is great for satisfying a craving. But 1 cup contains about 23 grams of sugar. For those of us watching our sugar intake, like people with diabetes, or those on low-sugar diets, this can add up quickly. Eating too many grapes might spike our blood sugar, especially if we're not balancing them with fiber-rich or protein-heavy foods. Also, not everyone can safely enjoy grapes. For instance, whole grapes are a choking hazard for young children under 2, so we'd need to cut them into quarters and remove the skin. And let's not forget about allergies. Some of us might have a grape allergy, which means avoiding grapes and grape products altogether. Our point is, while grapes have benefits, we need to be mindful of portion sizes and individual health conditions to avoid potential downsides. Team A, we totally get the need for moderation, but let's zoom in on one of the most exciting aspects of grapes, their potential to fight serious diseases. We're talking about cancer prevention, which is a big deal. The antioxidants in grapes, particularly resveratrol found in red grape skins, have shown promise in reducing inflammation and stopping the growth of cancer cells. One study found that muscadine grape skin extract, or MSKE, inhibited prostate cancer cell growth, which is pretty remarkable. Grapes also contain flavonoids and anthocyanins, which have been linked to lower risks of breast, liver, and stomach cancers. Beyond cancer, grapes support our heart health in multiple ways. The flavonoids in grapes can improve blood vessel function, lower blood pressure, and reduce the risk of blood clots. A review of studies showed that grape consumption is linked to better cardiovascular health, which could mean fewer heart attacks and strokes for us. We think these benefits make grapes a superfood worth celebrating. Team B, those are strong points, but we need to keep the conversation grounded. While the studies on cancer and heart health are promising, a lot of the research is preliminary. or done in labs, not on humans. For example, the muscadine grape study you mentioned was focused on cell cultures, not real-world diets. We don't yet have enough large-scale human trials to say definitively that eating grapes will prevent cancer or heart disease. Also, let's talk about how grapes are consumed. If we're eating grapes as juice or wine, we might lose some of those benefits. Grape juice, for instance, often has added sugars, which can increase our risk of type 2 diabetes rather than lower it. And while red wine has resveratrol, we'd need to drink a lot to get therapeutic amounts, which isn't practical or healthy due to alcohol's risks. Our stance is that grapes can be part of a healthy diet, but we shouldn't overhype their benefits without more solid evidence. Team A, we're not overhyping. We're just excited about the science. Let's pivot to another area where grapes shine: diabetes management. This might surprise some of us, but grapes have a low glycemic index, around 53, which means they don't cause rapid blood sugar spikes when eaten in moderation. A meta-analysis of 29 clinical trials found that grapes and grape supplements can reduce insulin resistance, which is a key factor in managing type 2 diabetes. The polyphenols in grapes, like quercetin and myricetin, may also help prevent complications like diabetic neuropathy, which affects our nerves, or diabetic retinopathy, which can damage our eyes. Plus, the fiber in grapes slows down sugar absorption, helping us keep our blood sugar steady. We think this makes grapes a smart choice for those of us managing diabetes, as long as we stick to whole grapes and avoid sugary juices. Team B, you're right that whole grapes can fit into a diabetes-friendly diet, but let's not gloss over the risks. For some of us with diabetes, even natural sugars can be tricky to manage. The fiber in grapes helps, but if we're eating large portions, the sugar can still add up and affect our blood sugar control. Also, the research on grapes and diabetes complications is still emerging. While polyphenols like quercetin sound promising, we don't have enough long-term studies to confirm they can prevent nerve or eye damage in real-world settings. Another thing to consider is that grapes' benefits depend on how we incorporate them into our meals. If we're eating grapes alongside high-carb foods, the combined effect on blood sugar could be more significant. Our advice is to pair grapes with protein or healthy fats, like nuts or yogurt, to balance their impact. We just want to make sure we're not giving grapes a free pass without considering the full picture. Team A, we hear you on the need for balance, but let's talk about another benefit that's hard to ignore: grapes and brain health. As we age, keeping our brains sharp is a priority, and grapes might help us do that. Studies suggest that the antioxidants in grapes, like resveratrol, can reduce oxidative stress in our brains, which is linked to memory loss and dementia. A 12-week study found that older adults taking a grape supplement performed better on cognitive tests compared to those who didn't. Grapes also support our brain's support cells, reducing inflammation that can harm our neurons. We think this is exciting because it means adding grapes to our diet could be a natural way to protect our memory and cognitive function as we get older. Whether we're eating them fresh or as raisins, grapes are an easy and tasty way to support our brain health. Team B, brain health is important, but let's be real. The evidence here isn't airtight. The study you mentioned involved grape supplements, not whole grapes, and it was a small trial. We don't know if eating a handful of grapes daily would have the same effect. Plus, cognitive decline is influenced by so many factors, like exercise, sleep, and overall diet. It's hard to pin our hopes on grapes alone. Another thing to consider is accessibility. For some of us, fresh grapes can be expensive or hard to find year-round, especially certain varieties like muscadine. And while raisins are convenient, they're more calorie-dense and have concentrated sugars, which might not be ideal for everyone. Our point is, grapes might contribute to brain health, but we shouldn't rely on them as a magic bullet when other lifestyle factors play a bigger role. Team A. We're not saying grapes are a cure-all, but they're a versatile and nutrient-packed food that can support our health in multiple ways. Let's talk about digestion. Grapes are high in fiber and water, which makes them great for keeping our digestive system running smoothly. The fiber helps add bulk to our stools, which can prevent constipation, and the water content keeps things moving. Some research even suggests that grapes, as part of a low FODMAP, fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols diet, can reduce the risk of irritable bowel syndrome flare-ups. For those of us dealing with digestive issues, eating 2 to 3 servings of low FODMAP fruits like grapes daily could make a real difference. We love that grapes are a natural, whole food that can support our gut health without any processed additives. Team B. Digestion is a great point, but we need to be cautious here too. While grapes can help with constipation for some of us, they might not work for everyone. For example, people with sensitive stomachs or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome might find that grapes, even though they're low FODMAP, can still cause discomfort if eaten in large amounts. The fiber is helpful, but too much at once can lead to bloating or gas for some of us. Also, let's talk about preparation. Grapes need to be washed thoroughly to remove pesticides, especially if we're not buying organic. And for those of us with dental issues, the natural sugars in grapes can stick to our teeth, potentially increasing the risk of cavities if we're not brushing afterward. We just want to remind everyone to enjoy grapes mindfully and consider their individual digestive needs. Team A. We appreciate the reminder about mindful eating, but let's shine a light on another area where grapes can make a difference: skin health. The resveratrol in red grapes has been studied for its antibacterial properties, particularly against acne-causing bacteria like P. acnes. Unlike some treatments that only work short-term, resveratrol has shown sustained effects, which is great news for those of us dealing with acne. Grapes also contain omega-6 fatty acids and vitamin E, which can improve skin elasticity and reduce dryness. Whether we're eating grapes or using grapeseed oil topically, these nutrients can help us achieve healthier, more hydrated skin. We think this makes grapes a fantastic choice for both our internal health and our outward appearance. Team B. Skin health is a nice perk, but let's not get carried away. The studies on resveratrol and acne are promising, but they're mostly lab-based or small-scale. We don't have enough evidence to say that eating grapes will clear up our skin or prevent aging. Grapeseed oil might be more effective for topical use, but it's not the same as eating whole grapes. Also, for those of us with oily or sensitive skin, applying grapeseed oil could cause irritation or clogged pores if not used correctly. And let's not forget about cost. High-quality grapeseed oil can be pricey, and not all of us can afford to add it to our skincare routine. Our take is that grapes might support skin health, but we should rely on proven skincare practices like cleansing and moisturizing, rather than expecting miracles from our fruit bowl. Team A. We're not expecting miracles, but we do think grapes offer unique benefits that are hard to overlook. Let's talk about weight management, an area where grapes can play a role. Grapes are low in calories, about 104 per cup, and virtually fat-free, making them a satisfying snack for those of us trying to maintain or lose weight. The fiber in grapes helps us feel full longer, which can curb cravings for sugary treats like cookies or ice cream. Some studies suggest that resveratrol might even have anti-obesity properties by boosting metabolism and helping our bodies process sugar more efficiently. A 2020 review found that resveratrol supplementation led to reduced body weight and increased lean mass in some participants. We think grapes are a smart, natural choice for those of us looking to manage our weight without feeling deprived. Team B. Weight management is a complex topic, and grapes aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. While they're low in calories, the sugar content can still be a concern for some of us, especially if we're eating large portions. The research on resveratrol and weight loss is mixed, with some studies showing no significant effect. Plus, weight loss depends on our overall calorie intake, exercise, and lifestyle, not just one food. For some of us, grapes might trigger overeating because they're so sweet and easy to pop in our mouths. We also need to consider that dried grapes, like raisins, are more calorie-dense, so portion control is key. Our advice is to enjoy grapes as part of a balanced diet, but not to rely on them as a weight loss tool without a broader strategy. Team A, we agree that balance is key, but let's wrap up with one more reason to love grapes: their versatility. We can enjoy grapes fresh, frozen, or dried, and they fit into so many dishes. Toss them into a salad for a burst of sweetness, blend them into a smoothie, or freeze them for a refreshing summer snack. Grapes are also portable, making them perfect for busy lifestyles. Whether we're packing them for lunch or adding them to a charcuterie board, grapes are easy to incorporate into our daily routines. Plus, their long history, dating back thousands of years, shows how much people have valued them across cultures. We think grapes are a delicious, nutrient-packed food that deserves a spot in our diets. Team B, versatility is a great point, but we need to address accessibility and practicality. For some of us, grapes can be expensive, especially out of season or in certain regions. Organic grapes, which are better for avoiding pesticides, come with a higher price tag. And while grapes are portable, they can bruise easily or spoil if not stored properly, which might be a hassle for some of us. Also, the variety matters. Seedless grapes are convenient, but seeded grapes might be sweeter and have more antioxidants, which can complicate our choices. Our final take is that grapes are a healthy, versatile food, but we need to consider cost, storage, and personal preferences to make them a practical part of our lives. As we wrap up this debate, we hope you've enjoyed exploring the many facets of grapes with us. From their heart-protecting antioxidants to their potential role in weight management and skin health, grapes offer a lot to love. But we've also seen that moderation, individual health needs, and practical considerations, like cost and storage, matter just as much. Our goal was to share knowledge and give you a balanced view so you can decide how grapes fit into your life. If you found this discussion helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Drop a comment below to let us know your thoughts on grapes or share your favorite way to enjoy them. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.